Hey guys, we're back with more Cyberpunk 2077. Today we will be going over 10 biggest mistakes you're making in Cyberpunk 2077. I don't care if you've already sunk 100 hours into this game or you literally just bought the game and are about to start your Cyberpunk journey. I guarantee every single one of you makes at least one of the mistakes on this list. I'm serious, you log into the game right now and stop doing these things and you will instantly be a better Cyberpunk 2077 player. I'm 66 hours into my second playthrough, so I have a decent understanding of the combat and overall gameplay, and I've also seen a lot of people play and stream this game, and these are the biggest mistakes I've seen most players make. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything and it helps the channel grow. Also, be sure to check out my social media. All the links are in the description below. And now without further ado, let's start with mistake number 1. The first mistake you're making is not utilizing your quick hacks properly. Hacking, and quick hacks in particular, are deeply integrated into the Cyberpunk world, and I've seen so many people rush into the combat without first using the breach protocol, which applies mass vulnerability to all targets in the network. I do not know if they purposefully want to make the game more difficult for themselves. Who the hell knows? Guys, mass vulnerability is literally the first perk you learn in the intelligence tree. It does not require you to put a single point in the intelligence attribute, and you gain 30% more physical damage to every single target in the network. In addition, this skill costs 0 RAM to cast, so there's literally no reason not to start every single combat scenario with this skill. But it's not just mass vulnerability. There's so many other useful quick hacks that people just choose to ignore. And I'm not talking the legendary quality ones. Even uncommon or rare quality quick hacks can be super useful. Like weapon glitch, for example. It basically takes one target out of the game for half a minute. You use this quick hack on a sniper and you're golden. In closing guys, do yourself a favor and use your quick hacks. It will make the combat much easier and frankly, way more enjoyable. Mistake number 2 takes me back to my Cyberpunk humble beginnings. I remember when I started the game and every single time I entered the combat, I started burning. It was the most frustrating thing ever because I didn't know who was hacking me, from where, how to prevent it. It was driving me crazy. And I've seen so many other players going through the exact same experience. This is not just something you struggle with at the beginning of the game, by the way. Pretty much every group of enemies you encounter has at least one netrunner who will try to hack and burn you. Luckily, there is a very easy solution to this problem. There is a clothing vendor right here in Santo Domingo who sells a legendary armor mod granting immunity to burn damage. If you don't see it at first, just turn back time by 24 hours a few times until you see it in her inventory. All you need to do is sacrifice one mod slot and you don't have to ever worry about annoying enemy netrunners trying to hack and burn you to death. This right here is money well spent. And speaking about money, or eddies as they're called in Cyberpunk world, we arrived to mistake number 3. People spend way too much money on vehicles. Do you know that you would have to spend 1.8 million eddies to buy every single purchasable vehicle in the game? That's insane! I mean, yes, you can use the money glitch to get enough eddies to buy literally anything you want. By the way, I'll put a link in the description to a video I made a few weeks ago on how to make infinite amount of money in just a few minutes. But most people will choose to avoid intentionally glitching the game. And in their case, 1.8 million is a huge amount of money. Guys, there's so many amazing vehicles you can get for free. Even the fastest and arguably the coolest looking car in the game, the hypercar Rayfield Caliburn, you can get for free after just completing a side mission with Panam. Save that money and rather invest into other things like Cyberware or mods or quick hacks. Things that actually enhance your gameplay instead of spending 100 grand on a vehicle you might use once in 3 hours to get from point A to point B. Okay, mistake number 4 honestly boggles my mind. You are not using consumables. Maybe because I sunk 300 hours into Witcher 3, where potions and consumables were an essential part of the gameplay, using consumables became like a second nature to me. And for some reason, nobody really uses them in Cyberpunk 2077. I just don't get it. And I'm not talking about the 7-minute food and drink ones that only give you minor buffs. I'm talking consumables like health boosters that increases your health by 20%. Stamina booster, increasing stamina by 50%. Ram jolt, increasing maximum RAM by 2. And last but definitely not least, the capacity booster that increases your carrying capacity by 50%. All of these boosters last half an hour, and with innovation perk that increases the effectivity of consumables by 50%, they last 45 minutes. I don't know about you guys, but to me, there are only a few things that are more annoying than running out of bag space in the middle of a mission. You pick up all the weapons from the enemies you just killed, and suddenly you're overburdened. So what do? You start disassembling everything to make room for more crap you will have to pick up in the second half of the mission. If only there was a way to significantly increase your bag space so you can hold on to all these weapons and then sell them later on when you get to a drop point. If your default bag capacity is 300 and you use the capacity booster, it increases it to 450. Come on guys, this is a no-brainer. The only downside is that you can't use these in the middle of a combat, which personally makes absolutely no sense to me. So as a result, you have to plan ahead a little bit, but that's no excuse not to keep these up 100% of the time. Start using your consumables, guys. That's why they're in the game. Fifth mistake can make a huge impact on the strength of your character. I'm talking about not saving and reloading the game before you pick up an epic or a legendary item. Why, do you ask? Well, every time when you reload the game, the item's stats and characteristics get rerolled. For example, you could see a severe change in the amount of mod slots the item has. I'm talking a change between like 0 and up to 5 mod slots for some legendaries. For weapons, the change could be between the gun having a charged shot or firing 2 or even up to 4 rounds per shot. You can appreciate just how much of an impact this could have on how strong your character can be. If you have your V decked out with legendaries from top to bottom, but have only 1 mod slot in each item, compared to having 4 to 5 mod slots in each item, that's a huge difference. That's a lot more crit chance, crit damage, armor, or whatever other stat increase that your V can have. Somebody commented on one of my videos that you can just run far enough from the item, come back, and the stats will be rerolled. I haven't tested it, but I guess it depends on your gaming system and if your game is installed on an SSD drive. For me, reloading a game takes less than 5 seconds, so reloading a game feels like the fastest way to reroll an item. Mistake number 6 is not putting 12 points in the intelligence attribute to unlock the Datamine Virtuoso perk. Most people don't even know about this perk, but it can be super OP. We talked earlier about how critical it is to use your quick hacks in Cyberpunk 2077. Well, Datamine Virtuoso perk, when upgraded to a second level, it gives you a 100% chance to acquire a quick hack from access points. Access points are all over the place, so you will be swimming in quick hacks to choose from for your gameplay. This becomes pretty insane when you reach level 28, since you'll get a chance to acquire a legendary quality quick hack from higher level access points that require at least 12 points in the intelligence attribute for you to be able to jack in. I'll put a link in the description to a video I found where a guy gets 5 legendary quick hacks from 5 access points in a single location. Legendary quick hacks have insane passive bonuses. For example, legendary short circuit quick hack applies uncommon short circuit effect to every single crit hit with the weapon. So just by having this quick hack equipped, it passively increases your weapon damage output by a decent amount. Not taking advantage of your cyberware is a common mistake number 7. I'm not gonna tell you how to play the game. Everyone has their own playstyle. Some might enjoy melee combat in this game, others prefer gunplay. Some prefer using sniper rifles and smart weapons, others like to be in their enemy's face with a revolver and a shotgun. Whatever playstyle you prefer, however, make sure that your cyberware complements that playstyle. I'm pretty sure everyone has reinforced tendons that allow you to double jump. Well, use them to your advantage to position yourself better in a combat and, for example, flank your enemies. Or jump to places that are otherwise difficult to access. Synaptic Accelerator is another example that slows down time by 30% when you're detected by enemies. This is super helpful when trying to remain undetected in a stealth mission, or gives you a surprise window of opportunity to quick hack an enemy before they start attacking you. These are just a few examples. There's so many cool cyberware options that you could literally make up a whole separate video on. But you get my point. Use your cyberware to the fullest extent and increase the effectiveness of your gameplay as a result. 8th mistake on the list is not completing assault in progress events. When you look at the Cyberpunk world map, you can get very easily overwhelmed with the amount of things you can do. And whilst I encourage you to eventually do them all, assault in progress events should be very high on your priority list. It's the blue baseball bat icon on your map, by the way. The reason why assault in progress events are so important is that they give you an insane amount of street cred when you complete them. To give you guys an example, I'm level 21. I just completed all assault in progress events in the Watson area, and that itself got me to level 44 street cred. 50 is the max level, by the way, and I still have 6 remaining Night City areas to explore. Many items in the game require a specific street cred level to allow you to equip them, so the higher street cred level you are, the more gearing options you will have. Mistake number 9 will be a quick one, guys. You are only using fast travel to get places. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a nice tool to have, but if you only fast travel everywhere, you are missing out on a lot of interaction with key characters that would otherwise call you while you're driving from one location to another. You might miss out on a critical piece of information to help you complete a mission or develop a relationship with the character you're trying to romance. And I'll be honest, one of the most fun things to do in the game, in my opinion, is to just drive through the city and take in the atmosphere. Because no matter what other issues you might have with the game, you can't deny that the world looks absolutely amazing. Cyberpunk 2077 is supposed to be an immersive experience, and fast traveling everywhere is a total immersion breaker. And finally, we arrive to mistake number 10. You are not subscribed to this channel. Nah, I'm just kidding, guys. But really, go ahead and subscribe. Now, the last mistake you are making is not exploring the world. Forget about the map and the points of interest for a minute, and just go for a free run through the city. Personally, sometimes I don't even use vehicles to get from one place to another. I'm running through the city and exploring the rooftops and hidden alleys. There's so many secret gems in this game. Powerful legendaries and iconic items hidden in the most unlikely places. If you just look at the map and drive from one location to the next, you will miss out on a lot of insane loot and magic that the Night City has to offer, and that would truly be a big shame. So to sum it up, guys, number 1, use your quick hacks. 2, get your immunity to burn. 3, don't waste your money on cars. 4, use your damn consumables. 5, reload your saves before picking up epics and legendaries. 6, get a Datamine Virtuoso perk. 7, take advantage of your cyberware. 8, do all assault in progress events. 9, don't fast travel everywhere. And 10, subscribe to the channel. Explore the Night City. And that's it for today's video, guys. If you got all the way through to the end, big thank you for hanging with me. If you end up liking the video and learning something new, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.